I have the two cameras set up slightly different, so there's going to be a lot of head turning this way and that. I may be able to move this one over a little bit, but either way. Hi, how are you? Welcome, Amy. How are you, friend? So I'm Tanya Baldwin. I'm from Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy Self. That's my company where I am the owner and director. I'm a trauma wellness healer, which just means that I combine wellness practices in the process of healing trauma. So, and those wellness practices include an element of spirituality. I like to think of it as I'm a registered nurse and a witch, and I combine those two principles together. And that's where I have created my program for healing trauma, doing inner childhood healing and recovery, as well as, managing mental health, building resiliency toolkit, all of that stuff. So what I do each day is I do a general reading, which is a combo of 3 cards. Isn't that perfect? Perfectly timed. So I do a 3-card pull for the collective, and then after I'm done reading for the collective, I open it up for individual card pulls. So if you'd like to have a card pull, just stay tuned, stick around, stay tuned. So the first card that I pulled for the collective reading is number 20, Imagine. And that is from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So I know a lot of people like to know what deck I'm pulling from. So I'll read what this card is in the reading. So imagination, turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. And if you're on, just say hi and let me know where you're from. I love to see how many Canadians I tend to pull or tend to call into me, because there tends to be quite a few. And I also love to find out that people are from other spaces too. So the Oracle's message: who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? Good morning, Linda. Oh, Nova Scotia. Lovely. That's where my grandchildren are. Alabama. I used to fly. I traveled as a flight nurse for about 7 years. I flew around the world. So I've been all over the States. I've been to the UK. I've been to Jordan, South Africa, China, India, like all these different spaces. So there's a possibility I've been where you are with all the flying that I've done. So what do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You were gifted with the power to imagine. Oh, another Nova Scotia. That's where my grandbabies are. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the Bob Proctor thing. If you can vision it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. I have really traveled. Howdy, love. Hi, Murph. If you can trade it, this is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Nova Scotia is in town. It's in the house. I might have to call my grandchildren after this. It's like a message popping up. Everyone's from Nova Scotia. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. So the whole thing about manifesting, right? You think about what you want, you invoke the feelings as if you already have it, and then you do inspired action to bring it into the form, right? Like, it's not just I dream it and wish it and it appears as if by magic. I like to use the idea of if you live in the middle of nowhere in an isolated cabin and you're dreaming about this love of your life, do you think it's just going to fall down your chimney like Santa Claus and end up in your house? You actually have to go out and do something, right? You actually have to leave your house if you're hoping to find somebody. You have to do the action, right? Otherwise, it just stays as a big dream. So in a relationship matter, in matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. While that's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is the time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating, so step out on the dance floor where imagination partners with manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. Prosperity message. This is a powerful time to get clear on how you create your prosperity. what it means to you to be prosperous, and what attributes you need to develop in yourself to make things happen. Who do you need to be to live out your dreams? Can you imagine the kind of life you desire? Really imagine it. Good morning, Amanda. I will definitely pull a card for you today. I love that you're able to join live. And I'm not nice. I will pull a card for you at some once I'm done with the general reading. Okay. So really imagine it without holding back the sheer force of your powers of creativity. If you can envision it, you can have it. Get ready, for prosperity is waiting for you to claim now. Act as if your dreams really will come true. Okay. Good morning, Sarah. Love, just love. So the imagination, right? So this is about that manifestation. I have a funny feeling that might be Amarpreet with the sunflower. Nova Scotian, not Nova Scotian. Hello. Yep, I will put you on the list. I actually have lost my pen that I used to have over here. I put it on the other side of the table, but I'll keep track of it anyway. Alexandria, close. I was close. Okay, so the second card that I pulled for the general reading is Wood Wives, and it's about adaptability. So I pull this from the Shaman and the Oracles deck. The Wood Wives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need to know who you are, what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. We are all the sunflowers. I love sunflowers. So if imagine, right? So it's all about thinking about your beliefs. Who are you? Who do you need to become to make that life that you want, right? So there's a lot of, and then that adaptability. What do you need to become in order to manifest that future that you desire? Right? Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now. And in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. You have everything you need. You have all it takes to do this right now. If you also keep reminding yourself to be flexible, you will be amazed by how well things play out for you. The Wood Wives are both wisdom keepers and students of the new world, as these forest spirits have an uncanny ability to adapt to changing circumstances and always find the perfect way to grow and expand. They represent what you already know how to do. Learn, be in a beginner's mindset. Let go of your rigid notion of how things should be and be present to what is right now, unencumbered by your projections. Is there a storm brewing because things need to change? No worries. Nothing can uproot you now, and it will pass, and you will dance with nature and move with it. Perhaps you are perhaps you are being given an opportunity to take a chance on something new, and you're not sure how far you can go without losing your footing. Have no fear, for when you remember your roots, your integrity, your authentic self, you can stretch yourself beyond the invisible line you drew. Go for it. You will be so glad you did. So a really good message with that to the adaptability and believing, right? Being flexible, staying within your authentic self. And a lot of times we have a hard time with that because we've been conditioned that we have to be a specific way based on, what society's saying, what the notes, what's coming out of society. But you just be your authentic self. And when you align with your authentic self, and in all fairness, a lot of the stuff that society is pushing is very toxic. Right? Being, like workaholism, perfectionism, being all about your outer beauty, how, like changing yourself so that you can fit into some mold of what they say is beautiful. There's so much beauty out there. So the supporting tarot card that I pulled for those two cards is the Knight of Wands. And I pull that from the Light Seers Tarot because that's one of my favorite tarot decks. So Light Seer, charisma, passion, spontaneity, pursuing your dreams, fast energy, enthusiasm, courage, taking inspired action, the pursuit of adventure. What have you been dreaming about? So this is all about that dream, right? Dreaming and manifesting that into reality. I might put it back inside the deck, right? So this is definitely somebody is needing to manifest the future of their lives and doing the dreaming. Right? So the Knight of Wands gallops in and out of your reading with messages of adventure, of impulsivity, and of bravely pursuing the things that inspire you the most. That passion project you've been tinkering with, that drum circle you've always wanted to join, allow spontaneity into your choices and gift yourself the freedom to shift your reality to match your desires. It's okay to crave new things and to run with the wind when you are feeling charged up about an idea. Go with it. Allow this high-spirited energy to rush in and incite a wildfire of positive momentum. In shadow, this card counsels against reckless impulsivity and heated outbursts. You don't want all the pent-up creative energy to spontaneously combust. Fan the flames and leave some energy for the long haul. Make your passion work for you while whooshing yourself towards success. In the pursuit of the imagined, I manifest this fire with the infectious feelings of inspiration. Thank you. I am. We are all sunflowers. We definitely are. Right. So this is I think a really great reading. One, look at what your belief systems are, right? And that's something that we should be reviewing all the time, because we get our beliefs, we acquire them from the people in our lives as we're children and as we're growing up through our formational years. And sometimes, we don't even question, why do we have that belief? It's just a belief that you've always had because your parents believed the same thing or your teachers taught you to believe that, right? Question the belief systems, question what they have, and then look at, does what I believe, is that being upheld, in me and is it something that's going to support the dreams that I have, right? Some people will be like, well, I would love to be, really, really wealthy, but have you taught yourself how to be responsible for a lot of money, right? Do you know how to take care of a lot of money? Some people will be like, well, I want to be, and on TikTok, I forgot to say, if you tap the screen, it gives likes. And when I get likes on that, it expands it so that more people get reached. So I'd really appreciate it if you're watching, if you can just tap on the screen and give me some likes. Clear my throat. Right. So we don't question that. Same thing if you want to be a famous musician. Right? People will be like, well, I'd love to be a star. Are you willing to put in the work that's required to be a star? Right? Like, it's a lot of work, a lot of practice. Like Ed Sheeran went on and he showed videos of himself like when he was really, really young, and how he was singing out of pitch and stuff. And people are like, oh, but he's got such a beautiful voice and he sings, like he's such a wonderful voice. But they don't understand the amount of practice that he's put in to get to the point that he is. So you have to kind of look at that. What do I need to do to bring my dreams into reality? Like, what do I really need to do? And what type of person do I need to be to invoke those dreams? Sorry. So I'm opening it up now to cards for individuals. And so far I have Amanda. So Amanda will be first. And then after Amanda, I have on this one here, I'm just going to scroll to make sure I'm not missing anyone. So I have on here, I think it's Itos for love, and then Alyssa or Alicia, depending on how you pronounce it. Okay, so it's O's, hit O's, hit OS. Something, I don't know how, maybe a name sometimes, but so this one's for Amanda Avila. Get that back flipped over. So if you want a card, just put your name down and I will pull a card for you. Throwing them all over the place. All right. Nope, that's the one for Amanda. It's calling me. Number 22, blessed. So that's the card that I pulled for Amanda, and I pulled it in the upright position. So I will read the essential meaning, the oracle message, and then relationship and prosperity. All right, now scroll back down. Idos for love. Okay, perfect. Blessed. So the essential meanings, Amanda. Good morning, Krista. Look at this running into me. And I went running again this morning. It was a tougher run because the air was crisp, really cool. And I didn't realize how that was going to affect my breathing. And I had this terrible accident last night. The cottage that I'm in has fairly steep stairs, and they have like they're wrapped with like this wood laminate kind of board that's over top of the original stairs that were there, and they're very slippery. And I've made a note since I moved here that they're dangerous. Well, my dog was climbing up them last night, and he was like 2 steps away from the top, and he lost his footing and slid all the way down them. So today when we were running, I was like, what's wrong? Like, you're pulling me back. It's like a dead weight, because I have him on a waist string, a bungee cord. And he would be running a bit slower. And it wasn't until we were coming up a set of steps at the end of the run, and he was coming up them slowly. And it just clued in, oh my God, he fell down the stairs last night. He probably is a little bit sore. So I don't know, maybe tonight I'll run a little bit slower for him. Take care of my dog. Okay. So back to Amanda and the card. Just what you said, Krista, made me think about that. So the essential meanings: something wonderful that is unearned and unexpected, grace that is an unforeseen gift from spirit. The oracle's message: there are moments in life when out of the blue, it seems that everything has been orchestrated by divine intervention. You feel blessed in ways that are difficult to express. It's as if the Red Sea parts in front of you and events come together to banish your troubles easily and naturally. You know deep down you did not deserve any of it, and yet here you are. This is one of those times. Let awe and gratitude for your blessings guide you now. If you're looking for a relationship message, you're moving toward a deepening of intimacy and a unique and sacred partnership. You know you are meant to make this connection. This union, blessed by the divine, will bring transformation and beauty to the world. This is also a sign that, even more important, you're being called to a deeper intimacy with yourself and spirit. With this new development, you will see evidence of grace in your life. For a prosperity message, unexpected windfalls and good fortune come your way now. You're in a phase where any difficulties or obstacles that have stymied your success seem to disappear on their own. Be ready to receive. The windows of opportunity will open wide. Accept the blessings given to you now, and don't forget to share them. Beautiful message for you, Amanda. So the next message is the next card is going to be Eidos for love. I can't remember how I said it right the first time. Yeah. My dog has he has arthritis in his knees, so I give him like a variety of of things in his food. And one of the things that he gets on a daily basis is CBD oil, just to help him. And he wasn't displaying any signs that he was in any pain this morning. And I didn't think anything of it until, like I said, until he was coming up the stairs at the end of the run, and he would do put his 2 feet and then go pump with his do a little bunny hop with his bum. And I was like, oh, because that's typically, if he's having a little bit of soreness, he tends to hop his back end up, because those are the knees that have the arthritis in them. So if anyone, I do it with him. I do crystal healing with him and energetic healing. But if anyone else wants to send some healing energy towards my dog, I would appreciate that. So, hi, Kajit. Would you like a card? Kaljit, sorry. Would you like a card? So the next card is for is for love. Idos for love. Idos for love. And then Alicia. Okay, so the card that I pulled for you in the protection state is Never Ending Story, but I will show it over this way so that you can see the beauty of it, and I'll show it on this screen as well. No, there's some men or some people in my life do have issues with knee pain. It's not huge. I don't have a really big knee issue. But yeah, interesting. They do. I've noticed a lot with definitely with emotional stuff, like with anxiety and stuff like that. And my dog does have a touch of anxiety. He's not terrible, but neither was I. I had a touch of anxiety too. But he's doing much better now. I think he seems fairly settled. But he does have this innate fear of silly things like brooms or tea towels. I don't know. He seems pretty good with me though. So the essential meanings for you is Eidos for love. We'll say it right, man. So the never-ending story, self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. His name's Castiel was what his name was originally. I used to watch Supernatural, and Castiel was one character on there, and his name, he was the angel of the Lord. And I thought that's, perfect for a dog because they are, dogs and gods when you think about the flip, right? I just think that dogs are angels. So it worked out perfectly. So, but I call him Cass as short. So CAS. So the protection message, this is important. So this is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass, and you will carry on unscathed and blameless. So I don't know if you're dealing with some drama within your life right now. I mean, I think a lot of us, if we turn around, we can find drama somewhere, especially with the way society is right now. So if that might resonate with you about that. So the next card is for Alicia and then Kuljit. And if anyone else wants a card, just let me know. Krista, you can definitely get a card. I do these, I usually have it around an hour, but sometimes I go about an hour and a half, unless it was like Sunday. And Sunday, we just kept going and going. And I ended up doing a 3-hour live because TikTok was just hopping. You don't understand what I mean by that. So, is there people around in your world that are creating some drama or things that are going on around you that feel like that is out of control, or it's a little bit chaotic, or are people, do you know what I mean? Is that occurring within your life? Is there anywhere where there's that stuff going on? Because if there is, that could be where it's not your circus, not your monkey, right? The only control that we have in this world is over us, right? Over our actual self. And when it comes to other things that are going on, the only thing that I can do is control my reaction to it. And sometimes the best thing that you can do is pull yourself out of situations because it's just toxic. And it's kind of one of those, it's not my circle, not my circus, not my monkeys. So other people, maybe there's a conflict between two other people in your life, and, they keep coming to you and saying help me. And your whole thing is to step back and say, it's not my issue. I do not need to try to control everything around me or get involved in all of the conflicts that are going on. And sometimes it could be even on a societal level, right? If there's something going on, you could be looking at that. So this card is for Alicia or Alyssa, depending on how you read it. And the card that I pulled for you is number 49, Observer. I'll show that on there because it's prettier up the right way, just so you can see that. Cute little fox taking a little telescope peek at the moon, but I pulled it in the protection state, so we'll let you know what the message is for that, number 49. So I always say you can look at the card itself, the number, as a meaning as well, and it always gets reduced down to a 1. So or to 1 digit, unless it's a master number like 11. So 49, 4 and 9 would be 13, and 13 would further reduce to 4. So you could look at the number 4 as a potential message. So the essential meanings: perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. So this is for Alicia. The protection message of this card is, ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. This is a time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. So for Alicia, that's about talking or connecting with other people to get that message, or some clarity, right? So it's looking for counsel. And who can you get counsel from that you trust? That's maybe, been where you are, or, and maybe even getting, I used to always have two friends, and I used to have one friend who would, it seemed that this is the way that it would go. I had one friend who would, be like, oh yes, I totally understand what you're going through, and I'm there for you. And, like, let's burn it down. I'm your ride or die. Let's, like, if it was an issue with a friend, like with a guy, right? She was the girl that was like, let's throw his stuff on the yard and burn it all. And then I had the other friend that was like, well, what was your part in this? What did you do to contribute to it? Right. So one that gave me the realistic, like, nobody's an angel, nobody's a saint. And the other person that was ride or die. I'm whatever you say, I got your back, girl. And so, you want to look at who you're going to for counsel. You don't want to go with somebody that just gives you what you're looking for. You want somebody that's actually going to give you a valid and honest response. And that's going to have some input with that. That's going to have some wise advice. There we go. Some wise advice. So remember, if you're watching on TikTok, you have to keep tapping. You can tap as much as you want. It doesn't hurt your fingers. I can tap a couple of times too. Throw some hearts in there saying I like myself. So the next card, I'm just going to scroll on here because I think that it's Krista. And then I'll be back on. And I can do that for you. All right. Yep. We're at Krista. And then after Krista, it will be, I believe that is Murph that asked for the card next. And then there's Linda. And then I'm back on here. And then we'll go back after I check on here. And then I'll come back there because I know there's Leo, Kuljit. Yeah, Kuljit, who's on here as well. Okay, so this one's for Krista. And I love that I can envision Krista, so I can really, really channel her energy into this message. Whoever just asked for a card, I need your name because it just says would love a card and then the hands, and I'm not sure what your name is because it doesn't show it. So for Krista, number 10, Unfinished Symphony. And I'll show it on TikTok so you can see the beauty of that card. Unfinished Symphony. And I did pull it in the upright position. So number 10 also would go down to a 1. You could look at 10, which tends to be about completion, but then 1 tends to be about new beginnings. So, it's all a circle though. Finish something, begin something new, finish something, begin something new. Monica. Yeah, there's a Facebook user one that asks. Yeah, I can see your name, Monica. I can see yours. So somebody else that says that is a Facebook user, just says Facebook user that asked for a card. Full circles. It's absolutely right. And I will get to those on TikTok as well. Okay. So Krista's message, essential meaning, unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends, right? You get to that stage of completion and going into a new one. And that's that little bit that there's something left to do. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now, practice radical acceptance, take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. I sip, you sip. That's what someone told me once. It was actually Alexandria. So moving on is difficult when love lingers. So this is if you're looking in a relationship area. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. And this could be a relationship with a friend, it could be a relationship with a family member, a partnership in business, things like that, right? So it's just tying up those loose ends within a relationship, finishing it off. And the one friend that I talked about, that ride or die friend, I had this situation where I had to call her up and I had to tie up those loose ends because we had fallen out of friendship with each other because she was tired of seeing me tolerate toxic behaviors in the relationship that I was in. And it was just really hard for her to see me constantly getting hurt and then choosing to stay. So I had to, we talked through it, through that situation. And, it was just the relationship, it took its course because of that. So write a letter. And that relationship with self is a very good relationship. It's the best relationship you should have because your reflection of the relationship you have with you is reflected in all the relationships around you. So if you inherently don't trust yourself, you would inherently not trust anyone else, right? Me too. See, so far anyway. I do have someone that I'm talking to, but we'll hesitate slowly to call it a relationship. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if need be and declare your feelings, if only to yourself. Be clear about what's left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. Prosperity message. Make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing that you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. There you go. I intuited. There you go. I'm intuiting that people want messages done. So beautiful. I love that message, though, for all of us, right? It's important to tie up loose ends, right? It's important to do those little things. That's why I pull that card quite frequently, the chop wood, because I'm pretty sure everybody needs to get chopping wood and carrying water, those little ones, right? So somebody else asked for a card, though, a Facebook user. So no name. And then so I'm going to pull Linda next and then Monica. And then somebody, Facebook user, again asked for a card, but I still don't know. And they put the little prayer hands. So whoever's asking for a card with the little prayer hands, can you just let me know what your name is? Okay. Yes, instead of prolonging. And exactly. Okay, I'll get to you at some point. Jenny, yay. Okay, Jenny, I'm going to pull your card right now because you were next in queue. Perfect. Jenny, yay. There is in the message part of the stream, there is a thing about how to go to StreamYard and allow it to have permissions to show your username for anyone on Facebook. If you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, it shows it, and definitely on here. And then I'll do Kulji after I do Jenny, but this is for Jenny. What is that one? Jenny, number 26, happy. And she does look delightfully happy. I love that. I'll just show that to you again. And I pulled it in the upright, so there'll be a little bit of reading for it. Number 26, so 26 would also be 8. Happy, joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment. for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. So for a relationship partnership, like from relationship with yourself to family, friends, an intimate partnership, or just partnership in a work role, there are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with and you know that your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. The grass is greenest right where you water it, right? Be grateful and delight in your relationship. And if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of itself, like honey, like bees to honey. And I don't know if this is kind of interesting, but did you see my shirt? It's the moon phases around the shape of a beehive, right? That six-sided. But I have a bee on my shirt when I'm saying that. It's cool. Like bees to honey. The prosperity message. This is a time to take pride in your accomplishments. You're doing good work, providing exceptional service, and are well compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in this moment too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. And it's true. If we're in that joyful state, right? That's the stuff that really aligns to you, right? When you align yourself with those things of those joy things, like when you example that I would give is when my oracle cards come in the mail, I'm like, yee! Right? I get like super joyful because that's something that's aligned so innately with who I am. Like, sorry, I sit cross-legged a lot. And it's a little more interesting trying to sit cross-legged on a kitchen chair. But anyway, did it. So yeah, the things that align with you and that joyful expression, they're what's really meant for you. So find those things that just inherently make you happy and don't let anyone take them away because it's your life. You've got one life, could be 40 years, could be 80 years, could be 120 years. Who knows when your life is over? The time you don't know. So you've only got your turn, right? So you might as well do what you need to make yourself happy and fill yourself up with those things that bring you joy, regardless of whether you think somebody else is going to think it's goofy. I got a whole thing of crystals and tarot cards and lots of stuff that, other people might think is silly or woo-woo or whatever, but it's not. So this one's for Kaljit. Glee moments. Glee moments. I love it. Okay, Kaljit. And just if anyone wants to know, if a card pops out, just flies out of the deck, I don't consider that card. I used to think, oh, spirits, just throw in that card. That's the one you need. But the way that I do, my TikTok name is mind.body.spirit.healthy. So my company name, but put together. So I intuit the card. I feel through the deck, and the card just speaks to me that that's the card that is the one that needs to give you the message. There's just a feeling. Okay, Kaljit. So I pulled you leg up in protection, which if we look at that in the upright position, it's so cute with the little polar bear and his baby. And her baby. Probably not his baby. Number 37. Number 37. 34, which would be 7, if you were to further reduce it down. So you could look at the number 7 for an additional meaning. 34. A leg up. So the essential meaning, receiving help, delegating authority, and interdependence. The protection message on that card is, are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand. But to be vulnerable is good, for you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed by how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. Yay! You're welcome. Hi, Jenny. I can see your name very easily on here now. So, Kaljit, that's a really good message. And as someone with a trauma past, I can honestly say that asking for help is something that's really hard. Some of us become so innately so fiercely independent because, people have consistently let us down, or we were made to feel small when we asked for help. Like, what are you, like, what, you can't do it on your own? Like, what's wrong with you? Right? So we get all of these like things that are built up around needing to ask for help or wanting to ask for help. Right? But we have to let that go, because really, and I keep saying it, no one's an island. Right? And life is so much easier. The weight of life is so much easier if you have somebody else help carry the load, right? If you have to pick up a couch, it's going to go much easier if you get help to do it. So think of it in that terms. Like, you're getting assistance. It's going to make the job easier. It's going to make it lighter to carry. And yes, it is that a bit of being vulnerable and asking for it, but awesome. If you could just put your name down, because I don't see that for the good afternoon, sweetie. Do love a good card reading? You'd have to just let me know your name and I'll put you in the queue. So yeah, that's a really good message for you. Just remember to definitely ask for assistance, and whatever the question is that's there, remember to look for people to ask for help from. Okay. Look for people, look for the helpers. That's what Mr. Rogers used to say. I love Mr. Rogers. Good old PBS. You're welcome. So this is for Linda, back on Facebook here. Linda, my love Linda. Look, we got 2 5s. We got a 5 watching, 5 hearts on there. And we got 528 likes on TikTok. We can just keep tappy, get more likes, send it out wider into the universe. So whoever was the one that asked for the card last, the good afternoon, sweetie, do love a good tarot reading. If you have time to shuffle and read one, I would be very happy. I just need your name so I know who I'm pulling for on that. But right now, this is for Linda. This is for Linda. Okay. Aw. Now, 41 soulmates. Definitely, Jess, I'll add you on there. I got lots of time. I got till at least 10:30 before. And I keep, just so anyone knows that's on TikTok, I keep whoever is, like, I keep a list, right? I just keep a list and keep, so I'll scroll through and check so that I keep the order going for the read, or for the card pulls. And then when it gets close to like 10:30, if I have a lot that are set up, then I'll just say at this point, no more. But I try to do as much as I can to get as many readings as I can. I do have, I do full reading where I do a 5-card spread with supporting cards if necessary to get clarity for the message. But I do a full card reading, and that's 45 Canadian. So if you're interested in that. So Linda, soulmates. So for each of my second. Okay, so Linda, soulmates, harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. You are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you toward them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life only for a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gift. So it's true. Like soulmates don't necessarily have to be an intimate partnership. Sometimes a soulmate can be a friend, right? Soulmates come in a variety of places within your life. So in a relationship message though, so relationship with self, partnership with other people, consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you will never be the same again, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. I don't do combo lives. I don't go live with other people on TikTok until I've vetted you, because I've been screwed over with somebody thinking it was funny. So consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open so you will finally claim who you were meant to be. I feel like you might have had a relationship like that recently. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate come to guide you home to the real you. In prosperity, strategic alliances are most important right now as you begin to attract the perfect people to support your dreams. This is a journey you will share with others: mentors, business partners, helpers, employees, creative partners, friends, and strangers open doors for you and step through the portal to join you in a harmonic dance of collaboration, commitment, and co-creation. This is what you've been waiting for, right? So there you go. You have someone's in your life that is going to really help you to find your true self, to open up to the level of healing that you need. And it could be multiple people for sure. So now I'm going to scroll through things to make sure that I'm keeping on top of where we are within the cards. Okay. So I did Kuljit on here. Okay, so the next one that I have on here is Abdul, and then Catherine. Okay, and then we'll come back to Monica, I think is the next one on, and Monica and Murph. So Abdul. Woo! Throwing them off. That's my cue. It's time to stop shuffling. Oh, here we are. It's this one. So Abdul, number 23, peace. And I do get this card quite a bit. So number 23 would also be a 5. So peace. Essential meanings: freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. The Oracle's message: it doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. If it's a relationship message, when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are as two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours. Savor it. The prosperity message: this is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough, for you are in peace you are in peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows with your work. So that's a really sweet message, actually. It's just a really sweet message that you're exactly where you need to be, right? And sometimes we have a hard time just allowing peace to just exist. Some of us can't even stand stillness, right? We've been so conditioned that our worth is in what we're do, right? Whatever you're only accomplished if you're accomplishing. But you just have to be. We're human beings, not human doings. And sometimes being in peace is a beautiful space to be, right? We can get that if we're looking at peace as in a peace and quiet or stillness state. But peace where everything's come together and it's, at that moment. So this is Catherine. Okay, so Catherine. And then I'll be back over to this side to do Monica. All right. Catherine. And Catherine was asking specifically about a love life. No, this one here. And I pulled Observer again in protection mode. I'll show it to that one. So the Observer, number 49. He's a good one coming up twice now. It's interesting when we get two of them. So in protection mode, Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cupped to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck? It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. Okay, so I don't know if you have someone in your life that you can call on to get advice in that section, someone that you really trust, that you think is, really helpful. So then I have Karen on here and then Anna. Karen and then Anna, but I'm going to come over here and do Monica and then why, thank you. So, yeah, pink. I my brain's just fried right now. I couldn't transition from oracle cards to bracelets. I'm gonna pop down here. So we had Karen, B, Anna. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Karen, B, Anna, and then Karen Preet. Okay. And then I have to check. I have a whole bunch of messages. Hello. All righty. I think I'm hello. All right. Back to Monica. Back to Monica. So yes, the one bracelet's rose quartz. So for self-love. The other one is, oh my God, my brain's literally like I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time today with my crystals. Oh my God. Yep. I'll see what I'll see if I have time to pull a card for you. Okay. All right. Monica. Channel Monica's energy. Monica, loyal heart, number 35. And I did pull it in the upright position. So 35 would also be an 8. Right in here. Loyal heart. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. The oracle's message. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There's a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you, no matter the outer circumstances in your life. Trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. In a relationship message, your partnership, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. For prosperity message, your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions where your aspirations for success assume form in reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans, while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of Spirit, your manifestation partner. So I hope that's a good message for you. It's a really good message. Actually, there's nothing wrong with that message. It's a really good one. Right? It's a very, very good one. So we'll do a quick little peek because I'm pretty sure it was Murph, because I told Murph she wanted a card before Murph actually wanted a card. I was intuiting she wanted a card. So let's see. So that one of the things to remember with that message, Monica, is it's that you're going to see a reflection in the relationships around you, right? So if you are loyal to the people in your life, they will be loyal to you as well. It's kind of that message there. Okay. So Murph, that one's just calling to me. Whoa, Murphy, TikTok, number 30. So again, a number 3. It's a beautiful card. TikTok. And sometimes messages will be pulled for someone else, and that message will be really relevant or resonate with you. Then that's called a Cledon. It's just that's how the message was getting to you, was in any way that it could, right? So in this sense, it was a message that was delivered for somebody else that was meant for you. And that is Cledon. So the essential meanings: timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. I'll get to you at some point, Ursula. Relationship message: love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and ticks according to the beating of your heart, in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. The prosperity message: your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner, Spirit, in a divine, measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. I love it. I love it. It's such a good message, right? We do have a lot of time, right? Time is eternal when we really look at it. But if you're, I was trying to think with that, there was yeah, what is yours will never pass you by. I don't know. There was some message, some thought that came into my mind that I was thinking, but it went away. It went away. It just came and went away. All righty. So we had Murph. Let's see where we are on this one here. I got Jenny. I did Linda, Monica, Murph. So I think I have Jess on this side, and that might be. And that's, I think, is it. It's just Jess on this side, and then we'll go back to TikTok and see what we have there for requests for a card. So Jess. I really love it when I've done like video meetings with people, and so that I know who they are. I can picture their faces, because that just makes channeling your energy just that much more delightful. So Murph, or sorry, Jess. See, even my cards were like, you're saying the wrong name. We're just going to spit out everywhere. All right, Jess. Let's pull a card for Jess. And Adrian after. Okay. Jess. Jess, number 15, message in a bottle. I'll show that to you guys as well. It's a beautiful card. So we'll see what that message is. So 15 would become 6. And I pulled it to upright position too. So communication, a sign, a Cledon, which is the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. The oracle's message: Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, and a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. In relationships, you can expect someone to favor you with positive news. This could be in the form of a letter, phone call, or email. You are the intended receiver of this message, so stay open to what you learn. Only good will come of it in the end. The signs are all there. For prosperity, you are on target with your purpose and your passion. You are coming into alignment with your destiny, and Spirit wants you to know that you're on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact that will lead you closer to your dreams and greatest desires. Spirit has been listening to you. So good message. So look for like angel numbers, so repeating numbers that you keep seeing, different things like that. If you were, an example of this would be if you're walking down a road and you saw like a V in the road and there was a white feather that was sitting on the one in the one direction, that would be like that sign from Spirit that that's the direction to go. So look for those little things that pop up that could be a message from Spirit telling you which way to go, or telling you that you're going in the right direction. So I have a lot of the same messages from hello from Texas. Hello, dear. I love it. Okay, I'm scrolling back up here because I had a lot of messages from one person, and I'm not even sure. I think there's only like 2 people that are in here. One is Melissa, and I think that the other one actually left. So I don't know I'm just looking to see if the other viewer asked for a card, because I'll pull a card for you, but I'm not seeing your little picture up there. So if you want a card pulled, just let me know and I will pull a card from you. But it seems like most of the people that were watching earlier have left. So I'm going to pull a card for Adrian first. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Just doing card pulls, like just an individual card for some direction. I will pull one for you. Well, we'll put that one back in the right direction. So Adrian is going to get a card now, and then we'll go back to this side. We'll go back to TikTok. I keep flipping cards with this for you, Adrian. Just flipping them all. Okay, Adrian. Number 39, new life. So let's show. Thanks. Honeybee, perfect. I love it. Hello, sweetheart. I'll say sweetheart because he said sweetheart. 39, number 39. So again, that would make it a 12, and a 12 would make it a 3. So 39 would be a 12, or would be a 3. And I pulled it in the upright position. So Adrian, this is your message. Birth of new ideas, growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, life renewing itself. And if you're on TikTok, if you do the tip, 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 tap, it spreads it out so that more people see the video. So when spring awakens the world, joy and excitement can be felt all around and in your very core. Blossoms burst from trees overnight, birds return home and sing their glorious song, and nature is all full of promise. Miracles beckon all of us. This is one of those times in your life when new ideas inspire you and new opportunities bring you hope for seeing your dreams come true. All is well in your world, and you have the energy you need to feel renewed. Allow your heart to be filled with enthusiasm. Let your light shine, for this is a time of good fortune. For relationship message, new energy enters old relationships, and new relationships are bursting with the sweetness and vibrancy only encountered when winter gives way to spring. This is a time to connect with others and share excitement, passion, and hearts full of joy. This card is a very auspicious sign with respect to love and partnerships in all forms. I should have time for you, Nellie. Prosperity message. You have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects, work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. That's a really good message, Adrian. Like a really, really good message. Hello, hello. So we're going to go back to this side and Ms. Feliz. And then we'll come back here and Nellie. And then if anyone else wants a card, they can put it down. So I have 2 at this point. If anyone else wants a card, they just have to ask. Okay. And I'll put Kelly on the list afterwards. Oh, I love that resonates. Makes me very happy when the cards resonate. I feel like I did too. For some reason, I'm not flipping the card over before I start shuffling. So I've been shuffling the one card upside down. Okay. This guy right here. Oh, I pulled this card twice. So soulmates. So the soulmate card, without going into reading everything about it, is just that there's people aligned in your life right now that are there to help you. But I'll read the card. So the essential meanings is a harmonious partnerships, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. So you are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It's always a reciprocal experience, although the results for each of you may vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you toward them, and sometimes the strong aversion to them initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you'll be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gift. So it's the same whether, yep, that's yours, sweetheart. So it's the same whether it's in relationships or whether it's in, whether it's in, relationships or partnerships, whether it's in business or it's in romance, in any of those areas, there's people that are in your life right now that are aligning with you, that are going to lead you to a level of healing or to another higher level of yourself. It's just look, there's definitely good people around you. They may not be people that are going to stay with you forever. Sometimes people come in and they spark the most immense amount of change in you and healing in you, but then they're only there for that purpose and then they leave. And it could be doing that. There's something happening for them as well. So that's, a very great encouragement card. Absolutely. So now I'm going to draw a card for Nellie. And then we'll be back on to TikTok where I will check. I know Kelly asked for one, but I think there was one before Kelly. No. Okay. So Kelly and then, okay. So Nellie, then Kelly, and then Joanna, and then Dave. There we go. Okay. Nellie. Oh, okay. We don't want to shuffle anymore. That's cool. That's cool. I do think it's this guy right here. Yin, number 2. So that's the card that I pulled for Nellie, was Yin number 2. And Yin is that female energy. All right. Good morning, Amanda. I should be able to fit you on the list. So Yin, the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of consciously allowing. So Yang is very much that I'm going to ask, like if you were in a dating, and I like to use this as an example, that that yang would be if you were in a high school dance and the girls and the boys were lined on different sides of the classroom or the gym, right? The yang energy is the man coming over and asking the girl to dance. So there's that. It is a very much active energy. But the female energy is it's still conscious. It's not just allowing things to happen. The female still has to accept. So it's that conscious receptivity, that conscious allowing, or that conscious direction. Okay, so think of it that way with that yin energy, is it's not just letting things happen. It's actually making a conscious choice, but it's waiting for stuff to come to you and then agreeing to accept it. So, but it's letting someone else make that first move, gathering information, taking in cues, the art of consciously allowing. So this is a time of calculated receptivity as you gracefully await what is coming to you, ready to accept when it appears. Yin does not involve frozen dreams or even resting, but rather consciously allowing things to flow to you, poised to receive the bounty that will be made available to you. It implies sensitivity as you alertly study the actions of others and contemplate how they will affect you and yours. Remember, you must make space for miracles to appear. Be the shaped, not the shaper, and you'll see how quickly your dreams manifest. So if you looked at yang energy is like the giving, right? It's giving, whereas the yin energy is receiving, but it's still consciously receiving what's coming in. So I hope that this is resonating for you, Nellie. So in relationships, let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You will be pleasantly surprised. The prosperity message. This is a time when most effective action is to allow others to show you the way forward. Observe their behavior and allow their lead and follow their lead. Your desire to push through must take a back seat for now. Collaborate and offer your ideas rather than dictating what must happen. Let others come to you. It's important that they feel they have the power now. Another meaning is about releasing your need to have things in the form you want. How do you want to feel basking in your success? Now allow the universe to show you the form. Yin is the sign of essence. Things may go more smoothly than you expect. So I hope that that was a good message for you. I'll try to get to you, Robert. I might have time. We'll see what we can do. So now, after Nellie is Kelly. I hope you're still here, Kelly. Alrighty. Actually, deep knowing, Kelly. That's your card number 43. And I'll show it here. Deep knowing. Okay. And I put yin back. Didn't even shuffle yin. Put him in there. Okay. Deep knowing, number 43, which would be 7 as well. Get to the card. Number 43. Okay. So this is your message. Essential meanings: intuition, listening to the oracle within, empathy, hypersensitivity. Intuition is the faculty that allows you to enter into a dialogue with source. The consciousness that you are a part of but cannot see with the naked eye. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys, to access their inner guidance. Know that you have an ability to read between the lines and find all the truth that was missing when the story was told. This deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available in the limitations of human experience. You're given information that may make no sense whatsoever to the logical mind or 5 senses, but which is 100% correct and true. The trick is to listen and then act accordingly. You're now invited into the sacred dialogue of deep knowing. So tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right. Ask and you will receive answers from an unusual source. So that's a really good message there. I just have to send a real quick message to this person because she's my meeting after we're done here. And hi, no, we're not gonna end it there. I just had to let her know yes, we are still meeting. Good. I'm so happy that resonates with you. So Kelly, it's that deep knowing, right? You're going to find information's going to come up and you're not even going to know where it comes from, but you just know that it's true. Sometimes, like when you think about us as spiritual beings, right? We have our spirit, we have our body, we have our mind, and you can't really say that the mind and the body are like one, right? They're separate. They can't even really pinpoint, the brain or the mind, right? Like the consciousness that's there. But our spirit, it's eternal, right? And so it has knowledge. That spirit has knowledge that is timeless and that spans through. And when you think about how we as humans create time, we have that linear expression of time where there's 60 seconds in a minute and there's 60 minutes and all of that stuff. But time, we're actually timeless, and there's that concept that everything's happening all at the same moment, right? The past, present, and future all exist within this moment, but really this is the only moment that's occurring, is the present. So anyway, with that deep knowing, you're going to find that you're going to access this knowledge, and you're not going to understand where it comes from, but you're just going to know that it's true. So lean into that and believe it and trust it. So we had Nellie, Kelly, Dave, and then we'll go back to this side. Does that make sense to you, Kelly? That there's just for some reason, there's just something that you just know. Yes, Anna. Hi, what did you miss? Well, lots of messages. In the beginning, a general reading. So I'm live at 9 a.m. Eastern, and I go live in TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. And then afterwards I share, and then Joanna. Yes, Joanna. So David, then Joanna. Okay. And then we'll see what time we have after that. But I think I have Amanda, and then we'll see if I can get to PT. Okay. Or Robert. Robert's another one that's on there. All right. Less chatter. Let's get at her. All right. So Dave, this one's for Dave. Chop wood, carry water. So this is about doing those tasks that nobody wants to do. Okay. That's not necessarily that nobody wants to do, but those minor tasks. When we're talking about in a relationship, we're talking about, like just hold hands, do the dishes, clean the house. Like it's just doing those day-to-day minor things that need to get done. I always relate this to taxes, right? Nobody really wants to do taxes, but it's something that needs to get done. So that's one of these things, that chop wood, carry water. So this is just a day of doing those tasks that need to get done, that help move you along, but that we don't really give a lot of weight to, because we'd rather be doing, as for me, as an example of how that card would show up. Chop wood, carry water. Let's see. I love doing this part of my role. I love doing these lives. I love interacting with people in this way. But I have to interact with clients in DMs. I almost boxed my cards completely. Do you see that? But having engaging in conversations, talking to people in messages and stuff like that, that's probably one of the tasks that I don't necessarily jump to do. And mostly because, there's some underlying thing I have about being salesy and pushy. And I don't like to be like that. That's not my nature. So, but those are things that need to get done. I have to engage with people. So that's the example of that. Right? Doing those mundane things. Nobody really wants to do the dishes, but they have to get done so you can have clean plates. And so that's what that message is for Dave, is today's the day to be just doing those things that maybe he doesn't necessarily like to do, the mundane chores, and just be in the day. Okay. So Joanna, just got to make sure that I didn't skip. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Because I know Joanna was before. Yeah, Joanna, and then Robert, and then PT. Okay. Joanna, Robert, PT. And Amanda gets in there as well. But just on that side, Joanna. All right, Joanna. Huh. That message was for you too, Joanna. I do not. So I pulled 42 chop wood. Apparently, a lot of people are getting called out today on doing those mundane tasks that they really don't like to do, like filing your taxes, doing the dishes, doing the laundry, and just being in the moment right now. Being peaceful in the moment while just doing those tasks, even within a relationship, right? Chop wood, carry water. So since I have two that came up back to back with that, I'll do a little bit of the reading of what the message for chop wood, carry water is. But it's being grounded in everyday experience, humility. So there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it's in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be, to let nature take its course, is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose of releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. In relationships, nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple, just to be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. And in a prosperity message, now is the time to take small steps rather than larger leaps on the journey to creating your most prosperous life. Move your focus off your big dream and attend to the mundane chores. Focus on the little things that may have piled up while you've been mapping out the greater plan for life you aspire to see manifest into reality. Chop wood, carry water, as the Gen proverb advises, or wash dishes, walk the dog. While you're doing all of that, Spirit will have a chance to move mountains and set wondrous miracles in motion for you. Remain humble and aware of the present. So there you go. That's the whole message from that card. Since we had two back to back, I might as well, like I said, read the whole thing. So after Joanna, I believe is Robert. Yep, Robert. So Robert, I hope you're still here. Robert, and then check on here. Amanda, yes, Amanda. So Robert, and then Amanda, and then back here, okay? And PT, you're still on the list. I'm going to scroll down. All right, so Robert. Robert, I pulled this one already too, message in a bottle. So this is about paying attention to signs and symbols and, like look at the feather on the ground that may be telling you to walk in that direction, or seeing angel numbers to know that you're on the right path. Just being open to those messages that come up from Spirit in different ways that are telling you that you're headed in the right direction, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing. This is in alignment with who you really are. That's the big message from that card. Once again, I let it go cold like every morning. Well, there's a Sattvic principle of diet, which would actually say that was a good thing. You're not supposed to drink fluids that are like super hot. But I'll talk about this. So the message, Robert, is communication, a sign, a Cledon, which is the ancient name for a spontaneous oracle delivered innocently by the speaker, pointing the way to your highest good. So Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them, when you believe you will receive them, and when you allow yourself to become fluent in the language of symbols, oracles, and omens. They may come to you as a bird flying by, a logo on a truck, or a song on the radio. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. Keep your ears open, for someone might say just the right thing that will give you the answer to your query. Today, your message is this: Spirit hears you, and the reply is favorable. So really, really good message there for you, Robert. And now Amanda. I'll see if I have time. I might not, but just so everyone knows, I am live 9 a.m. Eastern every day. The only day that I think might get a little bit is on the weekend. It might get shifted just by a little bit, or it might be a little bit earlier. It might be a little bit later, mostly because I tend to do education, or I get into these meditation circles or spiritual circles on Sunday, and usually and I have some education on Saturday. So it could get changed a little bit on those days. Mine. All right. So let us see. And if that yes, mine was looking for a reading or a card, but this is Amanda. This is for Amanda. Okay. Yeah, just wanted to make. Would I? Yes, because I have no. Mine is energy. Mine's all about vibes. It would be more along the lines of if I was completely single and looking, then maybe it would be more. Who are you? What are you like? What do you love? What are you interested in? How do you show up in your life? What are your values? Right? What's a day look like for you? That's more what I'm concerned with. Look at observer again. So Amanda, observer, but this time not in protection. So let's read the message of observer, not in the protection state. And PT, I'm pretty sure that you're after this if you stuck around. I just want to, and Anne, you're on the list too, Anne. So yeah, next after Amanda, it will be Anne. No, sorry, after Amanda, it's PT and then Anne. Okay. And then we'll see where we are after that. So number 49 for Amanda, observer. Just weird questions that I get sometimes. Essential meanings: perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. The oracle's message: most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experience, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is the perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. Relationship message: sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. Prosperity message: it is an advantageous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you plan. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious and watch the miracle unfold. So it's one of those, you just have to trust, right? Sometimes we get this like vision so firm in our mind about this is what a person has to look like, the person that I'm connected with, or this is what my future looks like. This is what I want to manifest in. But the future could be way better than you ever imagined. Or that person, maybe looking at dress, right? Maybe that person dresses, really business-like, and you're like, oh, they seem so like so conservative and whatever. And so you just brush them off because, like maybe you have a more playful, fun idea of the person that you're going to partner with. I'm trying to use like really silly examples for a purpose. Right. But maybe if you give that person that, is a little more conservative, if you take the idea of what you think it has to be out of the picture, then it'll show up in the way that it's supposed to be. And it will be surprising and amazing. Right. Yeah. So just open yourself up to that. So after Amanda, we're back over here to Anne and then PT. I'm going to check again. I need to make sure that I was in the right order. Sorry, it's PT and then Anne. PT, PT, PT. PT and then Anne. So I had a question from YouTube that asked me, would I date a black man? And that's what I was talking about with saying it's about energy, right? And who the person is, their values and stuff like that. Because to me, like, color's irrelevant. My spirit has no color, and that's a human trait. And I really don't care. It's all about who you are, how beautiful you are, how you show up in the world, how you treat people, how you treat nature and animals, what your energy is like, right? And then the question after that was, so if you liked his energy, would you ... let him have it? Right? Would I let him have it? So I don't know what that, like, if that means like, would I like sleep with him? Because I have a lot more to offer than just my body. Just like I would hope they have a lot more to offer than just the color of their skin, right? But let them have it. I don't know. There's a lot of steps between meeting someone and getting to know their energy and letting them have it. Just to be fair. So good morning. So this is for PT. I hope you stuck it out, or else you're going to miss your message, and then maybe that message can be for someone else. I want this one, that one right there. Oh, it almost like flew out of my arms. So PT, the number 37, never ending story. And I already pulled this once today. I pulled it in the protection mode. So in the bottom, there's, the little triangular kind of shape of the direction thing in the Ouija board, where you put your hands on it. And the thing says, yes, no, yet, like yes and no is all around on the outside of it. And then on the center is love me, on that little symbol that's down here. So let's see what our message is for the never ending story. 37, even though I did read it earlier, but I'll read it again because it's been a little bit. So never ending story, self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. And earlier I pulled it in protection mode, so I'll read the other messages for it now. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Good morning, by the way. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story. And the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So we tend to, like we do have a lot of fears that are built in us, right? If we've been conditioned to think that we are not good enough, then when we're in a relationship, if a person does anything slightly off, we're thinking that they are going to leave us or that they've determined in some way that we're not good enough. Like they're reaffirming that fear that we have inside. That's that small fearful part that they're talking about. That person that thinks, I'm not good enough, or everybody abandons me, or everyone cheats on me. Like those stories that we've told ourselves because of previous experiences in our lives, whether it's as a childhood, where you were told you shouldn't do this, or you couldn't do this, or you can't do this, or whatever. I was told I couldn't sing. I can. I actually can. Your voice is an instrument. You just have to practice it and learn. Right. So that's what this is talking about, is just that vulnerable part of yourself, soothe it, and don't allow it to take away from the experiences that you're able to have now. Don't let it color your world in such a way that you make choices and pull yourself back from an experience that could be really beneficial to your overall growth, or somebody could be showing up and loving you really well. And if you're being hyper vigilant, looking at everything they do under a magnifying glass, looking for them to show you that you're not good enough, they're eventually going to show you that, or you're going to twist it in your mind enough to make it happen. Try to learn to soothe yourself. There's lots of different ways that you can go through soothing. I definitely share quite a few, but that's what the message is for that. So we're at 10:35. I have to go to the bathroom like so bad because my coffee, and I actually drank a lot after my run this morning. I drank a lot of water. So let me just do a quick little peek because I want to do, I'm not sure if Anne, are you still here? I'm just going to check. Anne, if you're still here, Anne, can you pop a little message in there and I'll pull your card because you were definitely on here early enough. You're welcome. I hope that was a good message for you. I mean, I think a lot of us have, and I mean, that's why I do trauma, right? Right. I think what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to book a time where I'm just going to go live on TikTok. And I'll maybe on the weekend or something, I'll go online for quite a bit of time on TikTok and allow for a good amount of card pulls. Now, I was going to do a card for Anne, but since she hasn't shown up, and I'm just going to pull one final card. This could be just a general card. Take what resonates, let go of what doesn't. But this is just one additional card for whoever was looking for a card. This will be just a general card. There's a collective reading that was at the beginning of this, but this will be the last card that I'll pull today. Hopefully it resonates with you. So anyone that was looking for a card at this point, this card is for you. And then I'll be back here again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern, every day, 9 a.m. Eastern. Like I said, unless on Saturday or Sunday, I have something else that's scheduled that interferes with that time, then I may change it to an earlier or a later time on the weekend. But nonetheless, if you're following me, you can ask, I think there's like bells or dings or whatever you can say. Just tell me when they're going live and it'll tell you. All right, let's see. What is the card that has the message that we really need to hear right now? Just want to spread them all out, see which one. Poised. So here's the card, Poised, number 48. And she's beautiful, like just dancing off the edge. It's just lovely. So number 48. Poised. So listen to the message from this one, okay, dear? Being ready, bringing something to light, being at your best, confidence. You can be assured that you are ready for anything right now. You know what you need to, your skills are sharp, you've come to this place armed with wisdom and knowledge, and you sense a new phase of your life about to begin. People respond to your confidence and trust you. This is an auspicious time to begin new things. Relationship message. When you're confident and happy in your own skin, you are ready for deeper, more intimate relationships. You have nothing to prove right now. You are completely yourself and can handle anything. Love, friendships, and harmonious new connections are all present now or are coming in. You're ready to give and receive from the heart. This is a beautiful place to be. For a prosperity message, you have every reason to feel confident. Everything you need to make your success concrete is now at your disposal. You can take action knowing you are ready to step into your power, into your light, and into your service to the world. The direction you're moving in is your destiny. Your soul is smiling with joy as you align with this truth. So I hope that was a good message for everybody. I think that it was fantastic, but I'm going to reach around and move out of frame just for a hot second here. I keep trying to introduce some new decks into the mix, and this one here I've been playing with a bit. It's the Star Codes Astro Oracles. And the reason why I like it is because you'll learn about astrology while you're doing it, right? You learn about how certain things show up. This morning I pulled Aries, which is interesting because Aries is actually the romantic potential that I have in my life right now. And Aries is a very passionate beginning sign. So that it's nice to learn about that energy, but also to see how it could be reflected within the day-to-day. So I'm going to pull a card from here, and then I'm going to close down for today. But know that I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. And interesting enough, I threw out Aries on the floor in that little drop. Let's see. So let's see if we have a message for us today from these cards that will help you. So the card that I pulled is Pisces, and these are really cool cards too. I really like them. They're very artistic. And Pisces, sensitize. Okay, so let's see what Pisces is all about. Number 12. So 12 would become a 3. The symbol for Pisces is 2 fish, usually swimming in opposite directions. Pisces rules the feet and resonates with wetlands, streams, and ponds. Ruled by expansive Jupiter in traditional astrology and by intuitive Neptune in modern astrology, mutable water sign Pisces calls us to sense our dreams and intuitive perceptions for the trickles and streams of understanding. The sun shines in Pisces from February 20th to March 20th. Action. Pisces asks us to swim in the ambient pool of emotion and be moved to compassionate action. With Pisces, think of a vast watery landscape with streams meandering over fields, through ponds and swamps, where the different elements and diverse species flow together in one subtle, boundaryless, and fertile landscape. Appreciate all the diverse voices in this situation and take them as tributaries to your river. This complex ecology has so much more to say and is so much more robust than simple monoculture. The situation you are facing is also subtle and complex, but that is its strength. This moment calls for inner perceptions, a more sensitive microphone. Be as aware of other people's feelings as you are of your own, but know whose feelings are whose. Track carefully what you soak up from others and what is true to your own wellspring. Learn to honor a twin perception, that we are both individual cells within our own work to do, and that our cells are embedded in the body of creation. Healthy boundaries help us do our individual work. Spiritual practice can help us shift our perception from the cell mind to our role in the body of the one. So the challenge is Pisces permeability can leave you lost in a swamp, amorphous, wondering whether your sadness is your own or if it has been sponged up from your surroundings. Empathize with others, but don't try to carry everyone else's pain for them and double the burden. The gift, tune into a healthy ecosystem with Pisces' sensitive perception. We are all cells in the body of the one. Healthy individuals contribute to the health of the whole. So I hope that that was a nice message, a nice final message for everybody. But I do like these cards. I don't know, they're just different. And I like to learn about the astrology underneath of it. It's a really good way to learn about that. And Pisces are known to be like the most psychic sign of the of astrology. They're the most psychic. They're one of the water signs that are tuned in with their emotions. Water is the element of emotions. So that's all for today. I went about 15 minutes over. I hope that you feel good and that whoever wanted a card got a card read. And if they didn't, that they were able to pick up a message from another of the cards that I pulled. But I love you guys. And again, I will be back here at 9 a.m. Eastern, where we will do it all over again, starting with a 3-card pull for the collective as the general reading, and then individual card pulls after that until I either determine that enough is enough, or till people stop asking, one or the other, whichever comes first. But I love you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope that those messages were really, really good for you. But I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Got to push that there. All right. Bye, guys.